Welcome to another episode of Photo Enthusiastic. I'm your host, Jim Fair, here today with the new Z5 Nikon. And I've got my 50mm f1.4 on here just to highlight the difference between a fast 50mm and the kit lens, which is f4 to 6.3. And, you know, I've tried to keep an open mind about this lens, but I'm increasingly of the opinion that I don't want it because the aperture is so limiting, right? You know, I can see this is a great compact lens when it's bright outside. Fine. And, you know, if you're at f6.3, though, there's a lot of depth of field compared to, say, f1.4 when you're shooting something close and you're trying to throw the background out, right? So you kind of have to get closer to your subject to make that happen, and it's not going to be as out of focus. It won't be as nicely blurred as it will with the 51.4 on the FTZ adapter that I have here. So I've ordered the 24 to 70 f4, constant f4, to replace this. A used one I found on eBay because I just really can't see the logic of this lens. You know, I could see for a pure beginner, this might be an okay lens, but at some point, you're going to be chafing against what it can do. Because in low light, your ISO is going to go through the roof. And when you want to throw out that background, you have to get as close as possible and switch all the way out to 50 and see what you can do. I mean, the closest focus is pretty good. You can focus pretty closely about, you know, I would say just over a foot. But so can the 51.4, right? And, you know, the autofocus doesn't work on the AFD glass, but I do have focus confirmation. The little square will turn green instead of red when you're in sharp focus. Now at f1.4, this really shallow depth of field, and that's not something you'd probably use very often. You'd probably stop down to f2.8, maybe even f4, but you wouldn't be stopping all the way down to f6.3. You can only get f4 on this at the 24mm mark, right? So, you know, it might be okay as, say, a walk around on the street shooting lens. If you want to be unobtrusive, and it's very lightweight. But for the price that it adds to the kit, I would recommend you pass, to be honest. You know, I can't really see the logic in it. And like I said, I'm trying to keep an open mind. I just find, you know, the variable aperture is annoying, and the fact that it's f6.3 through, you know, the normal range of focal lengths is just kind of too much for me. I've tried this lens and found it a little bit wanting. I mean, it's not a bad lens, and it has good corner-to-corner brightness. No hint of vignetting, like they say on the website. But I don't know. Photography is an art, not just a science. It's an art. So I can get an artsier result with an old 50mm f1.4 I can buy used every day of the week on eBay in mint condition for 250 Canadian. As low as 220, 200 sometimes. This costs like by itself $529. That's, you know, okay, it's a Z mount, but really, at some point there'll be competition for these kind of things, hopefully, if Nikon does well with it. Anyway, that's all I have to say today about the 24 to 50 f4 to 6.3. Thanks for watching. Fade out.